Welcome to the Hunt League channel. Today I'm taking you to the Mile High Hunt and Fish Expo, one of the premier events for outdoor enthusiasts and hunters across the nation. Today I'm excited to share my top 5 hunting gear picks that truly caught my attention this year at the Expo. But first, I have to mention an incredible highlight from this Expo. I was honored with the amazing opportunity to judge this year's elk calling contest. Sitting behind the wall or the curtain, I had no idea that I would be judging world-class elk callers like Jason Phelps, Beau Brooks, and ultimately the 2025 champion, Tom Dicing Jr. It was some of the best calling that I have ever heard, where you would swear that there was an entire herd of rutting elk just a few feet from you on the other side of this wall. It was inspiring to witness both seasoned experts and the impressive next generation of peewee and youth elk callers displaying their skills. I have got to congratulate Tom, though, on this impressive win, as I later was chatting with Jason Phelps over at the Phelps booth, and he said that this competition had to be one of the toughest fields that he has ever competed against. So, congratulations, Tom Dicing, on the big win at the 2025 Mile High Hunt and Fish Expo. Now, as many of you guys know, elk hunting is my passion, and some of you may know that I just recently competed in my first NRL hunter match. So you might notice a little bit of a bias in my gear selections today. But rest assured, among the hundreds of outstanding companies showcasing custom rifles and top-notch optics, boots, bows, that we had outfitters there from all around the world, and familiar faces like Austin from Graxaw. He just recently made our top 5 list from the Western Hunt Expo just a few weeks back in February. Now, there is something here for every hunter and every budget. So, all right, let's dive into my top 5 hunting gear picks from the Mile High Hunt and Fish Expo in 2025. All right, I'm here with Tom Dicing, Mile High No Game Calls. Looking at some of the 5 items that I think are like eye-catching, what might be new, or some of the stuff that like any Western hunter should be thinking about. It's not the exact one because you guys made a couple
This is our new one. Yeah, this is the Legend grunt tube.
But this is pretty much the same dimensions.
Same kind of
what I've
tube.
carried.
Yeah.
So this is one that I've absolutely loved for the last couple of years, but a new one that you guys have. Look at the size difference between these two. So if you're one of those ounce counters, somebody that's looking to maybe reduce a little bit of the bulk or some of the stuff that's just hanging or dangling, or even if you got it tucked into the side of your pack, I would highly, highly, highly recommend this one. What is this one called?
This is the Enhancer. And we put actually a little call pouch on it as well as our big tube as well, so you can slide your reed in and out of the pocket, so you don't even need to have a call pot.
And you're not going to lose that thing.
No, it's in there.
Once it's in,
and it dries out a little bit. It's breathable.
Got a little airflow. All right.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
All right.
Prove it. So you're getting full-size performance out of a pint-sized call, and that is why this right here is one of our top 5 items that we're featuring at the Mile High Fish and Game Expo here in Aurora, Colorado. All right, we got one more new item that I've got to show, because this, I don't know, something's going to get bumped out of this top 5 while we're here at the Expo. But I mean, this very well might be one of the new coolest things. So as I'm walking out of the booth, he's like, oh wait, I'm like, what is this? So explain this to me.
So it's our 5280 tube holster. So you can put it on your hip, on your pack when you plug it, or when you, the pack buckle.
Yeah, the waist belt.
You can also attach it to the back of your pack so that you can just kind of do one of these too if you want that tube behind you in grasping distance, stays out of the way, but it's very sturdy. We put 2 straps on, one on the front that you can unbuckle, and then you got a little pouch here you can slide your calls into, and then on the back we got 2 buckles that keeps it from swaying, so it's really stiff, really tight. You can put both tubes in it, carry it around.
I love it.
and it's the holster. So it's just a really cool little
Let me see this one. Because
ad.
this is how I've done mine.
Mm-hmm.
And this, you know, so you've got basically a piece of paracord. You'll undo this, rests over the shoulder.
Yeah.
But you wear that all day. You hike with it all day. It kind of gets annoying. And you can kind of
It
slide
flops
it
around sometimes,
It does.
you know, and this kind of stops all that. It's right at your hip or on your backpack. It's quick. You can just pop it out. And you're ready to go.
Come on, September. I can't wait. This is a super cool product. Definitely a new way to carry a bugle tube. And
we only have,
like
this is brand new, so we only have 17 of these at the show today. So we're gonna probably blow through them. I had 5 at the Laramie show, and I wish I would have had 50 because they sold in like an hour. I was like, oh man, wish I had some more. But as you can see, it's a fairly complicated sewing job on that thing.
Yeah.
But I've got an incredible sewer that just hammers this stuff out. So
5280 matches the Mile High Note game call. So if
Yep.
somebody's looking for it,
Yep.
it's the 5280 bugle carrying pouch. Super versatile. I mean, you can just have it on a belt. You don't need a backpack, waist belt. Put it on anything with straps, and you're ready to rock.
Exactly.
Well done, man. Well done. Thank you,
All
Tom.
right, brother. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Hunter, what caught my eye, I'm walking through the Mile High Expo, and I see you deploy this. Is this a 9-inch leg, or what is that when it's Rydr 9?
We have this Rydr 6 and the Rydr 9.
Okay.
They function the exact same.
I just came this past weekend, I shot an NRL Hunter match.
Okay.
At the NRL Hunter match, the #1 issue that I faced, maybe #1, #2, I don't know. Length of my bipod was a little too short. And then #2, I didn't have range finding binos. So those are 2 things that I'm like dead set on fixing. When I walked by, I was like, this is a fix. I want you to show us this, because I think this is going to be one of my top 5 things from the Mile High Expo.
Okay, yeah. So they function the same way. I'll show you the 9. So in its stowed position, that's how the gun's gonna sit stowed. You don't have to push any buttons to deploy the legs. This tab right here, you can pull on this tab and it's spring loaded. So first it will lock into the 45 or it will go 90. You can start and just go straight to the 90. Your lowest position is 5.5 inches from the ground to the top of the rail, so you can shoot prone. It's a very minimal rear bag support on the back at its prone position. In its highest position, each leg is a quarter turn. So there's 1 quarter, there's the next quarter. You can do them at the same exact time. You can lock the legs independently from one another or control them at the same time to go back in.
Okay. So you don't have to go full deploy.
You don't have to. You could, if you're in a hurry, you could go right there. I know that they're not even, but you could go wherever you wanted, and you can adjust them on the fly however you need to.
Okay. Do you have any cant built in?
Yes, so we'll just use this as our rock. So the gun's not level. If you want to get your gun level, you loosen that on the bottom there, and now you have your cant adjustment. But then say you need to take a follow-up shot, but you can't move your legs, you can loosen this lever on the side and be able to take a follow-up shot.
You have a full pan and tilt.
Exactly. And also the benefit to this, we hunt a lot of desert country. You have this pan, you can flip the bipod completely around, lock it back on
switch
the
your 45 the other direction.
The other direction.
Treat it like a barricade block and just pull it in.
Yeah, you can lock that right into your hip and take a free-handed shot if you need to.
Let me feel that. So did you go hand on this?
Yep,
kind of lock it
in your hip.
And now you got no movement, you just set up.
It's a lot better than having nothing.
A lot better than nothing for sure. And you can take this standing.
Yep.
Weight. Give me the weight, 'cause
So,
people are going to care about this.
On the 9, the weight's 22 ounces.
22
on the 6,
ounces.
It's 20.
20 ounces.
Yep.
20, what was this one?
22.
22.
Yep. And they function exactly the same. This one extends to 28 inches tall. This one's 28 inches tall from the ground. From the ground to the top of the pick rail here is 28, and this one goes to 20 inches tall.
To 20.
Yep.
Okay. People are going to want to know price point. Where are we at?
So this one, the 9's 240
240.
normally, and the shorter 6 is 215.
And you guys are running a show special, which I see. But for
Yep.
anybody that's ordering, where do they go?
RydrIndustries.com.
Rydr Industries, and that's RYDR Industries.com.
Yep.
All right. I have a good feeling that this may end up in the top 5 things that we've seen at the Mile High Hunt
Sweet.
Expo.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations on that. That's a really very cool design.
Thank you.
All right, Joel, one of my favorite things to do when I go to these expos is like pick, all right, what's my top 5 things that I see?
Yeah.
Because typically when you come to an expo, you might see something a little bit new. So I see you, which is a friend, you're familiar.
What? Am I in the top 5?
Man, this is, I mean, your HuntHikeHarvest, people know you inside league. We've been actually talking quite a bit inside a group that's coming, getting ready to hunt. It's like, all right, here's the stuff that you got to do.
Yeah.
So we understand the fitness training.
Right.
We know that you've been in this world for a long time. I'm sitting over here and you just come and you kind of throw something like, hey, take a look at this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a hockey puck, but it's really light. Like hockey pucks are really dense. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this that you're handing me? And then as soon as you show it to me, I'm like, you got to be kidding.
Right.
This might be one of my top 5. So let's talk about this here puck
Okay.
that's coming from HuntHikeHarvest. Let's see what you got.
Is this the official release here?
Dude, this very well might be the first time anybody in the world has seen this.
This is true. This is true. So this is the H3O puck, and we've been working on this for, believe it or not, this has been in concept for like about almost 2 years.
Okay.
A year and a half of that was just thought and no action, and not too long ago we actually put everything in action. So this is our puck,
And it looks like a hockey puck. Like when you handed it to me, I'm like,
yeah.
like what is this?
So you can see it looks
Except
like a
it's
puck.
ultra light.
Yeah, it's not practice ready, but it's basic, simple design. So we have patent pending on this, and it is essentially designed to have open air space. It's going to hold your diaphragms. It will protect all the domes in here so that they, number one, are separated. It's going to help keep them dry. It's
None of the latex sticks to each other.
none of the latex sticks.
None
to
of
each
the
other.
calls are getting bent.
So this is going to protect the lifespan of your latex, of the call itself. You can see these are slotted in here, so it's going to help maintain the integrity of this, keep them dry, keep them separated, keep them organized. And the cool thing about it is you can throw this guy together, easy, just twist lock on here. And after you've, I'm like trying to do 2 things at once.
Yeah.
After you twist lock that, it can go in your pocket, can go in your hip pouch, can go in your pack. And the best part about it is your reeds are going to stay safer. They're still at arm's length. And we got a couple other like really cool things that we're going to do with this that I don't know if we're going to release quite yet.
We can live in this zone for
Yes,
now. I mean,
yes.
this is sick.
And the cool part is we've also taken some other routes. So obviously the world of like Zen users and nicotine and all this other stuff, right? Like not that we're promoting that, but what we've done.
But my buddy in the field
But my
always
buddy-
has his little Zen pack, so I
Right.
get it.
So we've made these to fit all of the actual standard commercial size. So if you don't want to buy the whole puck, we've created an insert that will function and operate the same way that any of these would function for
So
you.
somebody that's used to throwing one of these in their back pocket anyway,
Yeah.
it could be a back pocket item. It's small enough to fit in the side of a bino harness.
Yep.
You can throw it in a pocket, a zip pouch on your pack,
Right.
and you're protecting your calls.
Yes. Simple as easy.
And it's called the puck.
It's called the puck.
HuntHikeHarvest, the puck. Is this where do people order this?
Well,
Or can they get it yet?
that if you contact me, I know a guy.
All right.
So go to HuntHikeHarvest.com, HuntHikeHarvest@gmail.com. Hit me up, and we're in early release of all this, so we got shipments and orders coming.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Congratulations. That is a super cool item.
yeah, I appreciate it.
I wasn't expecting it.
I know. I'm not.
I'm like, where's this coming from? Like, I'm seeing Joel. This is the fitness guy, the guy that's going to get you in shape for those backcountry hunts.
Yeah.
And then he just busts out the puck on me. I'm like, yeah, this looks familiar. It's a sports equipment thing. You guys work with lacrosse athletes. You work with hockey
Sure.
players. So I'm thinking like All right, HuntHikeHarvest is now doing what? And dude,
It's not just a hat rack.
not just a hat rack. This guy. So congratulations on a super cool product. I can guarantee some Hunt League folks are going to be carrying these pretty dang soon inside their packs this fall.
For sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Love it. Wally King, Outdoorsman of the Year. And I asked him, I said, all right, does this make, I already announced this as a top 5 item at the Western Hunt Expo. And I'm like, does anything dethrone this at the show? Your opinion?
This is pretty tough to beat. I didn't even know you were going to be here. But yeah, Seekins PH3, I couldn't wait to get my hands on one. That feels about as smooth as any bolt I've felt, and it's only a 60-degree throw.
And the lightest, softest lift, too.
It comes with your cheap riser. It comes with a diamond trigger. And I've checked out all of the custom rifles here, and I saw several in the $6,000 to $7,000 to $8,000 price range that have these features, but still aren't as smooth or balanced.
I mean, talk about just the little things. I mean, you got this. I mean, the lockup.
Yeah.
The lockup on this.
Yeah, the lock on their hinge is crazy. I won't say what brand,
simple.
but I have a folding 308 that I bought for throwing in my backpack when I'm hunting with my son, and it's, you can carry it through brush, but it had so much slop through I had to bed it. And even bedded, it's not nearly this tight.
And you can still fold it.
And you can still,
Yeah.
Oh, and it doesn't take a PhD to learn how to unlock the button.
Yeah, exactly. Just push the button and open it. Yeah. And the cool thing too is like just to open it, you don't have to push a button. So if you're pulling that thing out of a pack and you're under a time crunch or something, you're not looking for a button. You're not looking. You just open the stock up naturally, and then you're ready to go. So whether something's running away or you got your eyes on it and you don't want to break contact, you can just watch it, open it up, and be ready to go.
Look, there's going to be some custom guys that would get mad at me saying this because I've touched the Defiance. I've touched the Impact. I've touched them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, tell me what's different, because people are like, no, I know, but you just touch it and it falls right back or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, but just open that and like you get the same, like it's just one finger. And even guys that like, you do a trigger pull, it's like, yeah, but it's a 60-degree bolt, so it's going to be heavy on the lift.
It's not.
And it's just buttery smooth.
And I didn't think a 60-degree thing was that big of a deal, but it is if you have a scope with a lever on it or something.
And then it comes down to the firing pin assembly. So basically, one, it's 100% toolless. So that's how easy it is to take it off. You just pop your shot off. But we've actually made it almost like a cam system. So as soon as you start to lift that bolt up, it's like it wants to be cocked, right? So as soon as you start to give it that force, it's like, it goes right up. And then to finish this disassembly, you just rotate it, pop your handle, that comes out, that comes off, and you can change your bolt head, just push the pin, and away you go. Wow. And if you want to customize your bolt handle, even more so, you can. There's 2 threaded spots, so if you want to change the knob or your the length of it, you can. This guy goes right back in. This drops right back into place. Recharge it. Wow. Take this guy, roll it over. Shroud goes back on. Like, I'm thinking now.
You could time that, and I bet you could probably disassemble that in 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of practice.
Blindfolded.
Yeah, with all the 3 months of doing it. Yeah, so it's pretty fast. And granted, like I get the opportunity to cheat a little bit, have it in hands all the time.
We're touching it.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. The nice thing too is like we've added a few fail safes because even like the 700s and other guns are very susceptible to like getting your bolt decocked.
Yeah.
So that's why we have that lever right here. Is with this bolt out of the gun, that shroud will never decock on you at all. So whether you're a PRS guy that likes to put your thumb on the back and run it back and forth, you won't ever slip and decock it. Or if you pull your bolt out and you've never handled a bolt before, which happens often than you think, and they try to decock it and play with it, next thing they go to put it back in the gun, they damage the action. Luckily, we have a lifetime warranty, but it's a headache that we don't want a customer to have. So the nice thing is that with that lever, it will never be out of position. The cool thing is let's say the guy did put it back together and he held that lever down too long and decocked it like we would do on a 700. And what do we want to do? Just throw this thing in the river, right? Get rid of it. The cool thing is that all you have to do is just pop your handle and rotate.
Wait, pop the handle. What'd you do?
So the handle, I'll show you. So essentially you put it back in the position, right? And so let's say I'm the guy putting this back together for the first time, and I hold that lever down too long and I decock it.
Yep.
So instead of trying to like Hulk this,
Trying to twist it, which you don't have the action to work
right?
against.
Yeah. So you just pull your bolt handle, and then now you don't have any spring tension.
I'm like, wait a second, put that back. I want to feel
That's
the
pretty
tension
slick.
that it took to pull.
Yeah. So we'll just put it back in the position where it's not
Put it back.
supposed to be.
Decog,
Yeah.
and then to get it to re-engage.
Just pull the bolt handle out. There you go. Now rotate your shroud. There you go. So now you just recharge it.
That's like,
You just start over on like step 4 or 5, whatever it is.
This thing is built for pressure.
Yeah, these lugs are gigantic. And with the 60-degree throw, it's really fast. Dual ejectors, what I'm calling a shrouded ejector, so it's protected in the lug, so it's not susceptible to any flexing or bending or anything like that. It's just, it's so overbuilt, it's crazy.
So Wally, how bummed are you that you won?
I am not That's a quarter MOA gun out of the box.
It's crazy because
Yeah.
right when you think you can't beat a Seekins,
I know.
Seekins freaking
They beat
does
that.
bills.
I mean, I work here, and I was like, I didn't think it'd get any better. And then, like, Glenn and the engineering team was like, yeah, watch this. Hold my beer.
I just got to get a PH3 now.
Yeah.
Well, at least 2 of them.
And one of these.
That's my favorite gun to shoot.
Well, dude,
Hey, thanks, man.
thank you. Top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Go around the carousel.
No,
You
they're
got
all
a
sweet.
top 5 item, no matter what style you're going.
Yeah, go with the slick fluted barrel. There's nothing more classic than that. And they cool down fast, too.
PH3. This is the NRL Hunter model, which just comes with a kind of an upgraded trigger.
And our brake. It comes with our upgraded brake as well in the box. So it's not installed. So if you want to run it, great. If you don't, it's got a thread protector on it. So if you want to run somebody else's brake, you're okay. It goes with the brake in the box, not installed. So all of the all the current gen guns all come with our Hunter brake.
Yeah.
Installed, but on the NRL, it doesn't come with this brake. It comes with just a thread protector, and then our ATC brake. It's an upgraded one. It's a little bit better performer. In the box. So if you want to run it, great, you can. If you don't, it's got a thread protector, so you can take it off and put whatever brake you want to run that suits your needs. So we kind of thought about that for the rules of things. And then it comes in this like just this glacier shadow blue. So
I know, it's slick. You know right away.
I know.
That's the Hunter model.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There ain't no doubt. Yeah. So 24 inch barrel, 6 Creed, 6.5 Creed, and 6.5
Does it
PRC.
come with an L?
If you kill one, I'll send you a Hellcat.
Yeah, and you're ready right off the bat to put a bipod, arc
Yeah,
blade, you
absolutely.
want to go tripod, you want to go anything,
Yeah.
full rail, it's ready.
Nice.
All right, you saw it, Mile High Expo, Seekins Precision, top 5.
So I had a super hard time making this last pick at the expo. I really ran out of time to get the interview and full description on this last piece of gear, and I only managed to get a few really bad shots of the product while it was being locked up for the night. I said at the start of this video how I just did my first NRL Hunter match, where I was able to compete in the same squad as John Kyle, the owner of Foundation Stocks, and Tucker Schmidt from Vortex. After the first few stages of that match, it was evident to me that I desperately needed a taller and more versatile bipod that offered something different for those steep uphill and downhill shots that was also really quick and easy to deploy. I already showed you the bipods from Rydr Industries in this video. That fits that bill without having to spend literally $1,000 on the triple pull SkyPod. Now, there is no doubt, if given the choice, that I would take the SkyPod for matches, but I don't have $1,000 burning a hole in my pocket. And the Rydr 9, it's lighter, quieter, cost 80% less, and would probably be my top choice for hunting, while still being a fantastic option for an NRL hunter type match. The other thing really missing from my gear list that cost me a ton of time at that match was range finding binoculars. There were multiple companies that offered them at this show with varying optical quality, ballistic data, speed for returning those values, and the strength of the laser. So how do you pick between the SIG, Kite Optics, Zeiss, Leicas, and others? You don't. You find something truly innovative that is different from all the other options in a crowded room. And that something different was the new Burris XTR-PS scope. Their XTR lineup is already their kind of high-end, upper-end optics. The PS, this is a brand new scope. I stopped by the Burris booth and I asked my normal questions. I was really looking for these range finding binoculars that would get me through my next match. I looked through their glass and I was impressed. The laser is strong and the data displayed came up super fast, but the binoculars didn't have any ballistic calculations. The price point was great though, as they cost nearly $1,000 less than the competition. But no ballistic data, that was kind of a non-starter for what I was looking for, maybe for my next match, and something that would be versatile and I could also use in hunting. Or so I thought. Now, Jim Perkins was there answering my questions. I think he's the head of sales at Burris, and he kind of laughed and he said, you don't need ballistic data with this scope. And so that was a little bit confusing. I was familiar with the Veracity PH line. Got one of those right here, and how it has a heads-up display inside the optics that shows the target distance as you turn the elevation dial. Then he proceeded to show me the new XTR-PS scope that they just released, and this was a total game changer that clinched this as a top 5 pick at this show. First off, you have excellent glass, which is the starting point of any optic. It has a first focal plane etched MOA reticle that is very well designed and thought through. But the thing that makes this scope different from everything else out there is the ballistic calculation data found in the heads-up display. So you build your bullet profile and you enter your speed, your ballistic coefficient, your atmospheric pressure, your twist rate, your scope over bore height, and stuff like that all inside the Burris app. You then sync that data with the scope and you zero the optic at 100 yards. Now this will really blow your mind. Your typical elevation turret, it has tactical turrets, typically a quarter MOA per turn or a 1/10 if you're using mils. The XTR-PS is similar to the Veracity, but it offers even finer adjustments on the elevation turret. It is super smooth, where you don't even feel any mechanical clicks, because instead of a 1 in 4 click for, 1 in 4 for MOA, as you turn the dial, this precision rifle scope moves at 1/30th MOA, helping you get precise yardage that you can dial right into the scope and see inside the heads-up display. So you don't need to have your dope card memorized. Just range the yardage and dial right to it with this incredibly smooth optic from Burris. Now the price point may scare a few folks away, as it comes in just under $2,000. Now remember, this is their XTR line. This is their top of the line. If you're looking for something similar that saves you a little money, you can always go with this, the Veracity PH, and save about $500 to $700 off. It still has smooth elevation turrets and a heads-up display, but instead of 1/30th MOA fine adjustments, you get 1/10th MOA adjustments, which is still significantly more than you get out of your quarter MOA mechanical turrets that you literally find on every other rifle scope in the market. This is different. It stands out. And I have already tested the ballistic calculations and accuracy of the Veracity PH to know that this new XTR-PS is only taking this technology to the next level. For somebody looking to compete in the precision world that is wanting something blazing fast, the XTR-PS, which stands for precision shooter, is the optic of choice. The PRS shooters that have known target distances, this is an incredible tool. For NRL hunter matches, you don't have to wait for that rangefinder to spit out the elevation data. Just get the range and visually verify that you have it set at the correct range while looking through your scope. Then for the hunter, this scope is a no-brainer. If you're hunting with a partner, they can be giving you range in real time, and you can be making adjustments without ever taking your eye out of the scope. If you're concerned about the battery life, which I always am in cold weather, the scope still has laser etched MOA marks on the dial, so you can carry a dope card or refer to the app as a backup, as the scope still functions properly even if the battery is dead and the heads-up display is not visible in the optic. So that's my top 5 from the 2025 Mile High Expo in Aurora, Colorado. We've got some really great content coming up on the channel that I can't wait to share with you. We'll be continuing on our rifle build series with Bergara and several optics companies as we go through their lineup and build a rifle setup across multiple budgets. Let's see if you actually need to spend more in order to get better performance out of your rifle and optics. All right, thanks for watching. I'd love to invite you to subscribe to this channel, but even more important, download the Hunt League mobile app and join our growing community of hunters. The app works as a digital hunting journal that allows you to share the story of your hunt or season with your hunting buddies, or compete in leagues for titles such as the Outdoorsman of the Year, the Western Hunter, the Apex Predator, or one of my favorites, the Archery Elk League we like to call Sweet September. We'll see you soon.